Right here, Sunny 88.7 FM. We're 35 minutes after 8, and we're on a Love 360 journey this month of love. We are taking love beyond chocolates and flowers with Love 360. This is going to be a powerful month-long conversation about love in every aspect of your life. From staying rooted in God, loving yourself and your family, finding purpose in work and career, to caring for your health as well. It's a space for real talk and inspiration that will help to restore balance in your life. This morning, we've got Michael and Letitia Ohene-Effah, co-founders of Lead Afrique International, with us in the studio. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Letitia. How are you doing this morning?
Doing very, very well. Good morning.
Nice. This is going to be the first time we're meeting Michael this year, I think, right? Yeah. So I said, "Oh, me name me Kasa si share bisana." Hey, first time, Pacho, first time for all of you, and so we're excited. Oh, it's good to have you here, Michael. It's good to have you here, Letitia. But Michael, if we want to be mischievous, kakra. Do you mind? I mean, this is a month of love. This week, cry on a Valentine. Yeah, I say, Eba.
I say, Kaya Bifi. But I'm curious to know, so go ahead.
Mike, I would love to pick your love story from your angle. And not from Letitia's angle. I want your angle. Okay. Michael, do you still remember exactly how you met this amazing woman that for some... How many years has it been of marriage so far?
Marriage, this December will be 22 years.
22 years of marriage.
But I've known her, I think, for 25 years.
25 years. Yeah. Michael, do you still remember how the whole thing happened?
Very, very clear.
Date and time and everything.
Everything, very clear.
But
last year, I took a pilgrimage to where I first met her.
Oh, you did?
I went round. I went to see the place and all.
Checked all the spots again. But Mike, how did it happen? I mean, usually we hear your story as is it your neighborhood cry, Ohene-Effah cry? Kotobabi down boy, and all of that. 22 years, Michael, where were you? What was happening in your life?
Okay. So 22 years ago, I think I had moved from Kotobabi to Adenta.
Oh.
And I was working in North Kaneshie. My boss had met Letitia at a function. And I was then doing youth development work. I think she had just come back to Ghana and had met my boss, and the ideas that she was sharing with my boss about youth development and all, he felt that was something. So she said, no, talk to my business manager and let's see what we can do together.
Jenny, you see where the story is going?
Who deviates you?
So the first time we met was supposed to be a business meeting because my then boss had set us up and said, you need to discuss how we can work with this young lady. I think it was supposed to be a 30-minute meeting, but we ended up talking for like 3 hours because we shared similar visions, similar passions, similar ideas of what would make Ghana work. So we decided to keep in touch for business, and we both loved reading. We were both ferocious readers. And so, have you read this book? No. Have you read that one? Yes, I've read that one, especially this chapter. That's how our common love of books, our common love to see a better Ghana kind of drew us close. And for some reason, I think a few years or so after we met, she went to work in my former workplace.
Hey.
So that also kind of, so now we could talk about similar experiences, similar challenges, and then we are similar friends because I had worked in this organization and just left, and then she was now there. And so that's how it developed. Very good friends, very, very good friends. We'll go for walks at the beach together. We'll go and sit somewhere and read in silence. We shared a common love of exploration and nature. So we'll just take a drive to Akusumbo, sit somewhere and come back, that kind of thing.
Wow.
That's how it developed. 22 years later, here we are.
Tish, please let me ask you. I said I'm taking Michael's side, but when you first met Michael, that day did it look like we may probably be still together after 22 years?
Oh, no, not at all. I think not at all. But friendship, most likely. Because as he rightly said, we shared a lot of commonalities of things. And then if you've met me for a while or know me, I'm unable to have unintelligent conversations. So I draw to people who can have intelligent conversations. So for me to talk to someone for a long period of time, we need to be able to talk about anything and everything. And he was one of those people. So it helped that you could just pick a phone and call, and the depth and breadth was wide. So it made it
weather need to send one area hall more crime will fear, those
not at all. And then also I tend to be very honest about things, and majority of us unfortunately aren't. So I'm mindful of who I associate with. So it made it easy to associate with him. He was even dating at the time I met him. So there was really nothing about romance in that space when we met. It was a lot more based on friendship, and like you said, I love to see Ghana, and for that matter Africa, do well in spite of all the indicators. So that's where it started from, and you can tell we're still doing that work. So
yeah. Jenny, please, mommy, 2 minutes pen come on. Let me ask one last question before you come and take over. But Michael, at what point did you see that this thing I have to be sharp? Because we're common things, but this one they have to be sharp. Mike, at what point?
I think as Tish is saying, I was in a relationship, and surprisingly I used to go to her for advice. Yes. If I had issues, I'll say, Charlie, namu makra, can you imagine this and this, and what do you think? So it was a true friendship. And as I said, we shared similar culture, even though she had spent her growing up formative years in the US. We kind of shared a similar culture, our love for sitting, reading, discussing development issues, those kinds of things, our love for education, what kind of those days, those are the kind of conversations we used to have. And I think a year or so after, my relationship broke down, and so I was back to, and we kept on getting in touch, we kept on sharing similar passions and all. And so I think we were good friends for like a year. And after some time, I remember very well, those days it was at Paloma. We had gone to Paloma restaurant, and we both decided that, hey, why don't we just try this and see if it will work? And we decided from then on to kind of be more than just friends. But it was cemented when we took a trip to Continental Hotel in Akusumbo. I told you that, I remember it like yesterday. Yeah, so
the time crowd, Michael can give the time.
Oh, yeah. It was some afternoon, be one Saturday afternoon. So going to sit. And it's very important, the friendship bit, the shared passions, the shared vision, the shared interest. I think that's what has kept us together. Because the love, Nadia, the butterflies, they die after 6 months, but it's the friendship, the interest, the vision, the bigger, ideals about life that will keep this thing going. After all, as we say, marriage is a relationship. You relate with somebody. And so what are you relating this person on? And when we got to Volta, that there's this hotel. It was right after that Dummy Bridge, on the way to Akosombo. Yeah, it's still there, but it's not us. It's not as swagging as it used to be. Because those days after Akosombo Hotel, that was the only other nice. So we went to sit there, and just sitting by the Volta River, the scene and all. I think I popped. Yeah, I shot my shot. And I remember the question she asked me when I shot my shot.
Okay.
And that was the first time I was hearing a lady ask me that question. She said, Michael, do you know why you want me to be in a relationship with you? It wasn't, I'm going to think about it. It wasn't the things, the normal things ladies do. This forced me to reflect a bit deeper and to convince her more that, because remember, we had been very good friends. We didn't just meet, and we're really good friends. And now we decided we're going to be in love. And her question was, do you know why? And I had to give her like 3 reasons, cogent reasons. And because we were friends and loved each other, liked each other then, I think it was very easy. So by the time we're driving out on that trip, we were an item.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a quick one. But Tish, did you see it coming that he was going to pop the question at Okosovo
Oh,
that
she
afternoon?
saw it coming.
I mean, she's an intelligent woman, so she must have definitely seen it coming.
She felt it.
Yeah, so
You know, Ajima, we've had Michael and Letitia on our airways for years, and it's lovely hearing their love story for the first time. And, Tish used the word intelligent. And since last night, I knew that word would come because Tish, we are not intelligent. You can't work with Tish. You can't sit with her ever. So I understand. Now it all makes sense. Well, this morning, Michael and Tish are here to share with us about parenting with love and presence. They are parents of 2 lovely children, Obasima and
Nana Kofi.
Nana Kofi. The other Michael was saying whether he should have stuck to the name Obasima or he should have changed it.
Oh, next time,
Next time,
I'll call her Messi.
Why Messi?
So she'll be merciful on my pockets. Because the Obasima level is too much. Shall not fool.
You can join this conversation. We're live on Facebook, on YouTube. You could also send a message via WhatsApp 0540-130-684. So, Michael and Tish, I want to take you back. I mean, what has parenting been like for you? For Basma, who you now you're thinking should be messy, and your son as well. How? Share with us the parenting journey so far. How old are they and all?
I think our children are older now. So Obasima will soon turn 17.
Okay.
Nana is 19. He will be 20 this year.
Yeah.
So they're big girl and boy. So we started from somewhere and we're here. But it's been a good journey. I think for us, we've been open-minded and decided to learn from them as well. So a lot of our relationship has been one of curiosity. So if you said something, did something, what must have influenced that? And then we check in with them. We talked with them when they were very little. So we didn't do all those baby things. So we had real conversations with them, and we still do that, and we laugh together, everything. So it's been a wonderful journey, getting to know the 2 of them, getting to steward them and support them to navigate life from babyhood to adulthood. And so it's been good. I've enjoyed every aspect of the journey. Yeah.
Any wow moment along your parenting journey you'd like to share with us?
Any wow moment?
Yeah, that made you say, you know what, God, I think we're trying, we're doing well, we're picking up, we're learning.
I think for us it would be even before they came into the earth, because we had turbulent pregnancies with both of them. And those were really wow moments that still, so they're, like I call them my miracle children, especially Nana. Because I remember you worked around here at the time, and then we're using a hospital close by. And there was a time I had to go and do a scan to see if you're still alive. And I could not even call Michael to tell him that was the kind of scan I had to go and do. But there, the technician was like, look, your son is waving at you. He's like, "Ma'am, I'm here, I'm here." So
I'm fine and well.
yeah, I'm fine and well. So I call them my miracle children because we went through different experiences with both pregnancies. They had similarities, but very, very different. So, of course, by the second time, you're more aware, you know more of what to do. So that helps.
Okay.
But also, that shaped our way of parenting because I read every book, I read everything. So I would go to my gynae. So we had to change hospitals. We'll go to our gynae, and then I would have questions. Like I always went with
Did your
questions.
gynae like you? Did he
We
like-
actually became the best of
Oh, but at the beginning,
But-
how did it go?
friends. Oh, see, I didn't know you're a gynecologist. Oh, see, Letitia, I didn't. But
She used to go with a notebook
Hey.
full of questions. And she will take as the doctor answers the question.
Wow.
So the doctor later confessed and said, I dread when you are coming for consultation because me, myself, I need to go back and read because I know questions are coming. But it did make him a better doctor.
Yeah, definitely.
And,
Always does.
I remember when Nana came in the evening after we've put him in a crib and Tish was recovering. The doctor came to sit by me and said, Michael, I wish you can pop champagne. Because-
Finally.
Yes, finally. you
The
know, this
test he
thing-
has had to undergo
Exactly.
is over.
Yeah.
So-
Dr. Banfo of Medifem.
Oh
Great
no,
doctor.
you don't say. He
Yes.
delivered my 2 children.
Ah.
Yes, and
we were one
Medifem.
of his
Oh, Tish, you should
initial
have
good
told me I'd be
clients.
going with notebooks to go and see Dr.
I'm not
Buffalo
sure
as
that
well.
we would have
No,
that
Dr.
tolerance
Banfo is
perhaps
great.
now.
Oh,
Doc,
yeah.
wherever
Much
you are
older.
this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Greetings.
We
Yeah.
greet you, Dr. Balfour.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's the month of love. Everybody's talking about love being in the air. And at home, of course, we need some good love to sustain the atmosphere. But let's look at, I mean, particularly here in Accra, I mean, this is where I've been, so I can talk about Accra. It's the hustle and bustle, the stress, the tiredness, pressure, waking up early, taking the children to school. It's a lot. And I want to know, over the 17 years, 19, 20 years, raising your children, how have you managed to show love to them intentionally and create a loving, safe space where they can come talk to you? How have you done it? How have you done it over the
let me
years?
start from the hospital bit. So
Yeah.
partnerships have become a very important part
Okay.
of our life. So everybody that we come into contact with during this period, we basically come into partnership with you because we've known what we've wanted for ourselves and the children. We've had a family vision since forever before they came in. We know what we want, the kinds of people that we want to turn out. So we partner with people along the journey because you cannot do this work by yourself. So that's a major pillar, and you need to pay attention to that. So everywhere you go, whether it is a school, a creche, your work, whoever is in and around you, you need to build a solid relationship around you. And then you need to bring them into your vision.
Okay.
That has been a very important aspect of the journey for me, I'd say.
Michael?
I think the gift of our presence. If there's anything that we've done, is the gift of our presence, being present in the lives of the children, birthdays, schools, and all. When, for instance, Nana Kofi came, we took him to a daycare that was close to mine workplace, and so I would take him to work, and I'll pick him after work. And I used to run around Accra with him at the back of the car, doing my business dealings.
Wow.
And all of this, I'm talking to him, even though he was a baby in the crib, until I take him home at night. And so just doing that, and then wherever, I mean, if it's a birthday, we are together. If it's everything, there was a time Tish was working across 5 regions, and she went with them. The road trip, the experiential nature of it, learning, staying at different, involving them in the work. So I think that has, if you ask me, it's been the biggest thing we can ever give the children. When time permits, when I'm going to train and they are on vacation or meet them, I go with them. And when Tish is doing a similar thing, we go with them. I remember years ago when we used to hold public seminars, go setting master class and others. Nana will be the one selling. He was then about 8 years or 9 years. He used to be the one selling my books and be the one welcoming guests as they come in.
Wow.
And so I think that more than anything, many buildings or any lands will give them, the fact that we have been in their lives through and through. And today, giving them the lateral space to be who they are. Their friends are always in our house. Their friends are always in our house because we've created a welcoming atmosphere for them to feel at home. It doesn't matter who you are, that you are welcome. Let's have a conversation. Feel free to be who you are meant to be. And another thing is the deliberateness or the intentionality to which we have tackled everything. You know, it's also been, I think we've helped the children. So nothing is as is. Everything is intentional. As Tish said, yeah.
For the deliberateness. So, for
Yeah.
example, when we're dropping them off at school, we do not listen to the news. Because we didn't do that. Because that was, much as we were on radio and TV, that was a time to hear them and to listen to them. So we created that environment intentionally. So we are not there to necessarily ask questions for them to answer, but even just to hear them, and they speak. So in your silence, you create that environment for them to speak with you. And we did a number of those. During exams, when they have exams, we basically make time to take them to school and pick them up. And people would say, but where'd you get the time? I was working in a bank. He was working with a development organization. That's where I'm saying that you need to have partnerships. So you work with your boss to get it done so that you know that if I took this time away from the organization, then I need to give it back here. So it means I may work late, but at least I made the effort and the time to shepherd them through that process. And it's been very helpful. So that's when they learn to set their goals, to plan, to understand what they're looking for. So it's part of the process. And we started these things when they were very little.
Mike, you want to answer
Just
over
giving
there?
an example.
The other thing is also correcting in love. Right from the get-go, we've always seen our children as full human beings, not as half human beings. And so their opinions matter in every family conversation. And we talked to them our home. We had a meeting. They were then very young. Obasma, I think, was about 3 years or 4. And Nana was about just 6, 7. We explained to them that we were building. And so for the next 2 years, all of us were it was going to hit the family. It will impact them.
Belts will be tightened.
Exactly. No, and for 2 years, no new clothes, no new shoes, no birthday celebration.
Wow.
But because we had a meeting and spoken with them, even at 3 years, they never threw tantrums. They cooperated. And just this weekend, we're laughing because when we go to the side, Obasma is carrying wood, planks, and nails. Nana is doing this and that. And we will work with the workers. And when we are tired, we just put the cardboard and sleep and wake up. You know, so right from the get-go, involving them in everything that we're doing. When we are painting the house, they decide the paint colors. And they decide which paint goes where. And because they will not just be in the house and a painter turns up. They have been praying in harsh words. There's been no insults. The only insult is your head like mango. That's my only insult as far as my children are concerned. You know, but there's never been an occasion where we've killed their spirit just because you were angry or they did something you don't like. It's always been a discussion, a conversation, and bringing them into our space. And also shepherding them, because that's what Proverbs 22 teaches us, shepherding them in the way they should go. I think I've shared this at one of the Start Right conferences, that Nana Kofi, for instance, started his first internship when he was 8.
Of knowing the end product that you want. He's not saying that we decide what they want to do. They decide because we believe that they are here for their own purpose. They're not here to live a failed life of ours or something that we dreamt of and couldn't live it, etc. So we ensure that as part of that process, we are not forcing them to do anything they do not want to do. So for example, before she chose the law firm, she's thinking between architecture and law, or actually interior
Interior
decorating and law. So where do you find a safe space for her to do that, and a safe space for her to go and come easily as well, based on the schedules that we have for that period? So we look at it and then we agree, find the right places for them to do. And she had a good experience. So Nana, for example, he said, I've done the financial industry, I've done the NGO because he's worked with us a bit, I've done this, so I want to try energy field or mining. So then he's in energy. So we work with them to understand, what do you want to learn at this stage? And how is it going to influence the phase of life that you're in and the future that you're envisioning? So you need to work together with them to ensure that it works out. And yes, children do make mistakes. I'm sure people are listening and wondering, are your children angels? No, they are not.
I was just
Far
about to
from
ask.
it.
I mean,
Far from it whatsoever. But as Michael said, you correct in love. So, and we correct them a lot, but we're not always quick to correct and always quick to, if you like, save them. That savior mentality. They need to make mistakes. They need to learn that they can make mistakes. And when they've made mistakes, what do they learn from those mistakes? And that must be processed so that they know what to do next. So we have gone through those processes with them, and we still do every single day. I traveled, and when I returned, I was like, so what value have you given your organization since you've been there? You've been there for 2 weeks now. What critical values have you given to the organization? And we talked about it. So then what do you do next? You're still there for a period. How do you intensify that? How do you provide more value? And what are you learning? So what have you learned so far? Then he'll tell you. So we keep having those conversations. At school, one goes to school, comes, and they're all now starting businesses and doing different things on their own. So we're looking at pricing. So now we're talking business. So we oscillate from relationships to school to business and right back. And we do all of that in a fun way. But correction, they do get corrected. They do get, if you will, rebuked if they have to, because they're different, right? So there's some that if you don't stop it immediately, can turn into a tragedy, and you want to avoid that. And there's some that you have time to correct and work through. So there are processes that you have to go through, and you need to be more discerning to understand where you are, where they are, and how to intervene.
this is interesting. This is how we're spending our month of love. I mean, we want to move away from the chocolates and the flowers. We want to get into powerful conversations. And this morning, we're looking at love for family, parenting with love and presence. Michael, it sounds like, it would take a lot to be able to do these.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Being deliberate to, it looks like, okay, this one day when you are, certain level BDI, we will be able to do it. Mike, how do you make it so easy for parents who are thinking like this?
It's starting with the family vision. I mean, when you have a vision of what kind of home do I want to have, what kind of atmosphere do I want to create in my home. I know my dad may be listening, so I have to be careful. But I didn't have a very, to use today's balance, a chubby relationship with my dad. Physically, for most of my growing up, mid-teens up to when I started working, I didn't live with the entire family because my dad was a public servant, so he moved around Ghana a lot. And so I moved in with my uncle. So physically, I didn't, for me, 10 years, I wasn't even physically with the family. I only spent holidays with the family. And the times that I spent with the family, my dad and I, we always clashed. We always clashed because I wasn't stubborn, but I was very strong-willed. in what I wanted. I remember there was some Christmas, he said we should all go and sew up and down. Do you know up and down? All the family, all the
Mike, I never loved that. I hated it because my mom will usually buy the same material.
Exactly.
And you expect three boys, all of us.
Massa, that's the same thing my dad wanted us to do. Same material or cloth. All the boys and him in one apple, and I refused. I said, me in shit. So that was the kind of, relationship that we had. And in the 90s, that was like unheard of. Your dad would say, you don't follow my advice or what. So my dad and I had that kind of relationship where we were always clashing. In fact, there was a time I divorced him mentally. I divorced my dad, because I just refused to deal with him. I didn't go to him for money. I didn't go to him for anything, because his everything to me was negative. Why have you do that? Why that? Well, everything was negative. So I just tuned him out. I never went to him for anything. Luckily for me, I was with my uncle, and my uncle kind of played that role. So till date, I was extremely close. I didn't want to have the kind of relationship I had with my father. And she also didn't want to have that. So we created a cocktail of a new style that we were going to have. And I think that shaped the parenting right from the get-go, even though we didn't know what we know now. And thanks be to God, on those things we agreed completely, 100%, totally. We agreed on those kinds of things. And so when the children came, it was very easy to do some things. For instance, my dad didn't agree that I should not name my first son after him. We had a long who they've gone to be. For instance, I give the example that when I am off training and they are on midterm or holiday, we go with them. That's a no-brainer. It doesn't cost you anything to do that. It doesn't cost anything to dance with your children.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you anything to play Wansa. Do you know Wansa?
Yeah.
You don't know Wansa. Jenny, you are a dadaba.
Jenny's a
See, the
dadaba.
dadaba people, they don't know Wansa. We the hard guys.
Jenny's a hardcore dadabi.
Go and Google Wansa. Or ask Grok. So it doesn't cost anything to be available for those things. It doesn't cost anything to play with them in the rain. It doesn't cost anything to do the gardening together. It doesn't cost anything to have a family devotion. It doesn't cost anything to have a family picnic on the compound. Just put a blanket on your porch and have a picnic there. It doesn't cost anything to do that. It doesn't cost much to do a barbecue with your children's friends and just enjoy each other's time. So this is not a dadabi thing. It is about knowing that I am shaping the soft cement that will become the hard foundation in 21 years' time. And so whatever it is that I need to do, I must do it. All the internship that our children have done is been through friends. You see, it doesn't cost anything. You activate your social network in the interest of what you want to build. It doesn't cost anything. I don't think they've written applications. It's been,
but we let them
Ajimai.
write it, even though it's not needed.
Yeah.
They still write it.
Exactly.
Even this one he wrote.
So you see,
So-
Ajimai, Nana Kofi is at home and he would like to come and study something at Sunny FM. Is there a space for him? That's it. You're activating something in the interest of your children's development. So if you are minded to, you realize that, actually, there's a lot we can do for the children without it costing an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
There were times we would drive to Latte Junction. There's a good chop bar at Latte Junction. I have a map of 4 good chop bars in Ghana.
Before people are saying hallelujah.
Michael, you have to cross-check your list with somebody's list this morning. Because list need obisu obi pa.
Made any apam dada.
Please put the New Testament together.
NIV. Obi cry NIV.
I tell you, Accra pa. Oh, Michael,
All
forget
the
about it.
lungu-lungus.
Oh, forget about it.
Then
Forget
maybe
about
I
it.
am the apam dada.
I forget about it. Hey,
Mine is King James. Jenny, I'll cross-check with the NIV version of the Chomba locations.
hey. Somebody saying share the map, please.
Not the link.
No, share the map.
You know, so there are times we just drive to Latte Junction and go and eat a chopper and just drive back to Accra. I was telling people there are times we just drive into Nkoko, have a meal at Abusukai, if you know Abusukai on the road
that
to
bus
Nkoko.
stop joint for
exactly,
fufu.
and just visited my dad and we come back. There are times we've done Kofodia. There's a nice chobabi on the route to the poly.
Please,
We'll
are you
go
noting the
with
map na
with your Madia and things?
You know.
We just
perhaps then you'd have to make sure that you're going to the back something, but you need to also be willing to make certain sacrifices in order for you to do that. So for example, I pushed back some of my schooling because I wanted to be present for them, but now I've done more than that since they've grown, and they don't need us too much. So now they can just WhatsApp me and send all of us messages. We have a family page, so we talk. So it makes it easy when they've grown. But when they are little, you can please do find partnerships. It helps. People who can help you, people you can share your vision with, your vision for the children. For example, if you don't want them to watch television, how do you get the caretaker to accept that, because they typically would want to watch television when they're not doing anything. So how do you find something for them to even do so that their attention is not moved to the television? So you create that, and then you grow them as well. So before you know it, you're creating a win-win for everybody, that you divorce them from certain behaviors that you wouldn't want your children to have.
All right. So let me say good morning to our listeners who are online listening. I can see pretty much a lot of you online right now. Let me share this message from Abina, who is listening from the USA. He says, great conversation, great show. Yes, I always have my notebook and I have questions. So I must be like Mrs. Effah. Indeed, you are. And Abena said, listening to Michael and Letitia is encouraging me as a parent that I am in the right direction. Positive parenting, correcting in love is my takeaway, an area I need to work on to improve. Thank you for wisdom nuggets. And this one from Mame said, hey, so I'm not the only one who goes for consultations with notes, eh? And thanks to WhatsApp and mobile phones, I have my gynae and doctors on speed dial. All the doctor friends I have are those who endure my questions and answers. Special greetings to Letitia and to Michael. Good morning, JJD and Ajiman, and to Michael and Letitia. It is always refreshing to hear from you. God bless you all for what you do to get families going and make our children better. I'd like to know, for some of us, we didn't start on these premises, and our kids are growing. They're about to turn 7, 5, and 2. What can we do to get on track and make up for some of the things we should have started a while ago? Another one says, can this episode be recorded so that we can listen again, Michael? Okay, of course. It's on YouTube right now, Sunny 88.7 FM on YouTube. And I think, Michael, that question brings us to our very last, part that we're looking at. Maybe if we can share some 3 simple things parents can start doing at home. One, to practice love intentionally and raise emotionally healthy children.
One of the things that shapes who we become is the relationship that we have with our primary caregivers when we are young. And so for the listener that says my kids are 2-5, in fact, it's the best time to start now. 1, let the children feel loved and cared for, especially the 2-year-old. Hold him or her a lot. Tell him or her you love them a lot. And if you have to be absent, sit them at eye level, maintain eye contact, and tell them that I am going for this and that. I will be back at this time and at that time. Now, when you do that, it creates what psychologists call secured emotional attachment. A lot of the time, we tell the children, oh, I'm coming, and then you are gone for 8 hours. And so the children are anxious, they are edgy. Now, the research is that we will grow up with that kind of anxiety, always thinking that somebody will run away from you, somebody will desert you. And so, if they are young, let them feel loved at any point in their lives. Then firm boundaries. We are not going to grow up children who are spoiled. The Bible says we should train up children in the way they should go, meaning there is a way. And so that way is firm boundaries. What language should be used at home? Are insults allowed? Are fights allowed? Are angry outbursts allowed? These are the boundaries. And so I agree with the children that these are the boundaries in the Ohene-Effah home, in the Mensa, in the Ajimai home, in the Dankwa home. And if you go against it, there will be consequences. So that's the firm boundary. And especially if they are under 7 years, they need that a lot. They need also consistency. Be consistent. Don't blow this today, then you say I'll do, then you don't. Create the consistency. Don't expect, talk, teach, instruct. Don't expect, because their brains are not fully developed to be able to know what an adult should know.